May Edochie forgives Yul Edochie finally. May Edochie lawyer gives conditions. Must watch. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time of visiting my channel, do well to like and subscribe. Well, people have been saying that May Edochie is not even taking this whole process well, that she does not want to forgive Yul Edochie, but can I bust your bubbles? Yes, May Edochie forgave Yul Edochie. She forgave Yul Edochie because she feels that's the best thing for her. She has decided to take a new decision, and her lawyer too has made more clarity to her new decision. And it's surprising. People are surprised. People are shocked at this new outcome because they never understood what happened. They never understood what is even going on. May Edochie being quiet does not mean she does not know what is going on, or she does not have a clue on what is going on. She just prefers being quiet because that's the best thing she should do. She does not like cloud chasing, she doesn't like controversy. So the best thing for her is to be quiet and watch how things unfold. And funny enough, things are unfolding in her favor. A lot of things has unfolded all this while. Yul Edochie has been giving us this feeling that May Edochie is the one that created, or was the one that created these issues, and that he's not interested in May Edochie anymore. But the truth is, we know when something is true and when something is false. Yul has always projected this false narrative ever since this whole issue started. He has always been projecting this false narrative for us to feel May Edochie was the one that created this enmity, and for us to feel like May Edochie was never compatible with Yul Edochie. But now you would learn better. You would find out and understand what has been going on, because May Edochie being a quiet person, she knows what she's trying to avoid. She does not like drama. That's one thing we need to understand, and that is what Yul Edochie is using. Like, it's a tool Yul Edochie is using to create this narrative, because he knows fully well within himself that even if he comes out to say any false story, May Edochie will be the last person to come out to debunk, because she does not want to look petty. She does not want to look as a cloud chaser, just the same way Yul Edochie is. And now, one funny thing is, May Edochie, now being the smart person and being the intelligent one, has decided to make moves. And this move is something that I think was timely. It was indeed timely, because if she did not make this move, a lot of things would have gone south. When this whole situation between Yul Edochie and Judy Austin came out, she did not speak, because she does not want to speak out of emotions. She does not want to speak out of anger. She took her time to swallow everything, and within those years, or within those moments that she was calm, there were a lot of things going through her mind. A lot of decisions were made. A lot of confrontation, a lot of conversations were made too. But then she decided to speak. And she filed a divorce, which Yul Edochie is using as a yardstick to say that after all, he was not the one that filed the divorce, that it was May Edochie that filed the divorce. So he does not have anything to apologize anymore, because the only thing he was holding on strongly was the fact that May Edochie stood her ground. You see how manipulative people can be? You did something wrong to this woman. She never did anything wrong to you. You went ahead to have an affair with someone else without considering how she would see it. You did not consider May Edochie's emotions. You did not consider if this decision you took is good, and if it will affect the relationship or the marriage you've built for 18 solid years. You did not consider it. All you were after was the clouds, was the dancing, was the drama, was the fictional stories that you were bringing out on social media just to validate your mistake. You claim it was a mistake, but then I don't see you acting like it's a mistake. If it's a mistake, you act remorseful. But up to this moment, you did not, or had not even acted remorseful. He's so bossy and he feels he's a man's word. A man is entitled to being a polygamist. But there are several men out there that still settled down with monogamy, and they are living very well. They're having the best moments of their life because they settled and they chose monogamy over polygamy. And most people go into polygamy because of reasons personal to them. But they don't just go into polygamy because they want to validate one narrative, one mistake or the other, which was what Yul Edochie did. He went to polygamy because of validation, because he felt that May Edochie turning him down openly was a slight on his own part, and he decided to prove to the world that he can do better and he can do well for himself with or without May Edochie. People keep wondering, why would Yul Edochie do such a thing? That was he ever in love with May Edochie? He was, and he is, but then he is this man that pride has eaten deeply inside of him, that he does not even know what he wants for himself. He feels he would follow the bandwagon and do whatever thing that they please. He wants to please the society, he wants to please the outside world rather than pleasing himself, doing something that he wants, doing something that will resonate his spirit. He doesn't want, he just wants to please everybody. He wants to act like he doesn't feel anything, he doesn't feel any absence of May Edochie. But deep down he does. He feels every day he regrets his action, but then a lot of things has been going on. A lot of things would be revealed through this video as we move on. But before I continue, my dear subscribers and visitors, if this is your first time of visiting my channel, do well to like and subscribe. Well, in another news, Zinoliski and Naira Marley has been trending over a video or an outcry by Lil Smart that he went on social media to make a video, and in that video he made a post, and in that post he decided to disclose a lot of things. He said he was narrating how Naira Marley and Zinoliski had to say a lot of things and how they were trying to attack him. He said, "Evidence day na headquarters Abuja your matter day." He said, "You go your matter they go. Your next single now from Cell you go drop you and MMP. That's why when if they sub 1 gig on him own self they touch me." And he said, "Next time we jam, just make sure it's only you." He was telling Zinoliski, and it was like Zinoliski had to reply. Okay, Zinoliski, when he got this message, because he had to create a scene, he made a scene that Zinoliski and Naira Marley, they want to do a lot of things to him. So I escaped there today. Naira Marley, Zino, in and MMP attacked me, kidnapped me. He had to make a claim. He said they kidnapped him into bush where they nearly killed me. They tied me, took my skates, my necklace, my wallet, contains $300, and my trousers, which my house key. I had a chance to run away, but I didn't in the express. If anything happens to me, missing or kidnapped, just know it is both Naira Marley and Zino. The person said this whole thing, and people were like, instead lots of reaction. People were like, this was the same thing this person Mobad said before a few hours to his passing. And a lot of things that this video had to tell, lots of reactions following this claim. And this is really something scary, that somebody will threaten a fellow human being. It's something scary. And that's not all. Moving on to another news, Don Jazzy has actually decided to surprise Ola of Lagos with the sum of 20 million naira. Ola of Lagos had to take it up on social media. He took it on his Instagram to thank Don Jazzy openly. He had to say that Don Jazzy sent him 20 million naira. He said Don Jazzy sent him 20 million naira. And you know, Don Jazzy has been sending people money following how he has been a philanthropist over the years. He decided to send a surprise. He surprised several persons, and Ola of Lagos happens to be one of them. He said, "Biggest Don Jazzy just sent me 20M. I don't think for sad you guys." And this is just like the same thing, the same narrative, the same pattern Don Jazzy has been using to reach out to people. People say that he's only giving out to people that already have this amount of people that are already made. But I think Don Jazzy is just being a philanthropist that would give out, or that will go through for people, or come through for people, despite the situation, despite your status, despite who you are. If he deems fit that if you deem fit to or worthy of his money or his surprises or his gift, then he will definitely reach out to you. Well, that is all for today. I'm moving on to the gross of the matter. May Edochie has actually forgiven Yul Edochie, which I'm going to explain how this whole thing went on. People have been claiming that May Edochie did not forgive Yul Edochie, but now May Edochie's lawyer has decided to say something. He said the story of May and Yul Edochie is a reminder to all people as to the effect of marriage on girls in a country like Nigeria. Now, you have read the various details in the story of the marriage between Yul Edochie and Queen May. Many of you got to know who Yul Edochie is, either by reference to his famous father or through watching his movies, where he had gained some fame as an actor, and of course you have been regaled with the stories of the collapse of his marriage thanks to his kiss-making ability. But you need to go back to the events of 20 years ago and relate them to what you see today. Over 20 years ago, Queen May was a student of computer engineering in Essex, and Yul was a student of theatre art at the University of Port Harcourt. If we stop just with this information, you must come to the conclusion that May must have been a far more intelligent teenager than Yul was. At the completion of high school, you need to score credits in English and in maths. And according to this information, it means you have to get credit in English and in maths and physics before you could be admitted to study engineering courses in the university. However, you could fail mathematics and all. your science subjects and all your science subjects and still be admitted to study theatre arts in fact, in Nigeria, the kind of art subject at that time was law. It is clear that the only thing that could have prevented you from studying law, the king of arts, was because he could not pass the subject needed for that. In other words, he was not that bright. So you have two teenagers, one very intelligent and academically competitive, and the other apparently dull. However, the intellectual superiority of one student was totally wiped out by the fact that she happened to be a girl, while the dull student was a boy. When the two got married, it was obvious that the female was the more intelligent person and the male was less intelligent. But because the male was the male, he became the ruler of the female. It is an absurdity of nature and culture that the less intelligent person, he said, like what I was saying, he said apparently though, however, the intelligence birds of one student was totally wiped out by the fact that there happens to be a girl while the dull student was a boy. When the two got married, it was obvious that the female was a more intelligent person and the male was less intelligent. But because the male was the male, he became the ruler of the female. It is an absurdity of nature and culture that the less intelligent person would lead the more intelligent person. But May had no problem with this. She accepted graciously this order of culture, whereby the male leads regardless of the fact that he is not as intelligent as the female. May did not even complain. She probably didn't even give any thought to it. She had to accept the subordinate position because that was what marriage means in the culture she grew up in. But when you are led by a person who is not so intelligent, eventually your own intellect goes dormant. It becomes impossible for you to shine. The only light in your compound will be coming from your husband, even if it is only a poor dim. In fact, even if your husband were that intelligent, there ought to be two lights from your compound. But unfortunately, in May's case, you dulled the brightness of her star and projected his blur. People did not realize how intelligent, how wise and talented May has been all these years. However, with the catastrophic behavior of you that led to the breakup of their marriage, May was forced to stand on her own, and for the first time, people saw her in her own light and her star is so bright. People are realizing that May was actually the brain that held you together. So said Chief Pete Edochie, May's father-in-law. Once separated from May, you became unhinged so much that many now wonder if this was the same person that had respected and regarded so highly in the past. The lesson from this story is clear. If care is not taken, many marriages are nothing other than the suppression and subjugation of women involved in them. You must carefully watch the young man your teenage daughter follows. Your teenage daughter is associating with. That boy that follows your daughter home should be watched. If you notice that your daughter is far more intelligent, you should wonder how it would be if your daughter ends up being ruled by a person whose only credential is that he is a male. In other words, it is not enough that your future son-in-law is a male. He must also have what it takes to be your daughter's leader. You should ask, can this fellow lead my daughter tomorrow without dulling her stars? If not for the beautiful children God gave them, one would easily consider the marriage between May and Yul a terrible mismatch. Judy is a better match for you. Ironically, Judy and you are actually ironically soulmates. They think alike. They are intellectually compatible. They believe in the same absurdities. For instance, they both believe that the law does not mean anything. They believe that in pursuing their desires, there is no need to consider how their actions affect people around them. They believe that once there is instant gratification, there is no need to consider the future. That is why you never paused to wonder how his actions made May Edochie feel. That was exactly what they said. You never wondered or considered how his actions affected people around them. They believe that once there is instant gratification, there is no need to consider the future. That is why you never paused to wonder how his actions would affect his wife, May, or how they would affect his children with May. In fact, he did not even care about how they would affect his fan base and his career as a leading actor in the Nigerian movie industry. He did not even consider how they might affect his family name and the legacy of his father. All he and Judy care about seems to be the present moment. What happens 15 minutes after their actions? Their 15 minutes of fame has replaced the genuine quest for solid legacy and enduring relic of greatness. This is exactly what happened, and May Edochie forgave Yul Edochie instantly, and she said she does not have issues with Yul Edochie, that she has come to terms with the fact that you prefers Judy Austin, so you should be with Judy Austin. And that's so, and that is what May Edochie's lawyer decided to disclose to us this morning. What do you think? Do you think it is true? true that Yul Edochie and Judy Austin are compatible in their absurdities and in their character and even in their intellect. But I don't know what your reaction is. I don't know what you feel. Feel free to drop a comment, your reactions. How do you feel? Feel free to share. And please, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, do well to subscribe so you don't miss out on juicy celebrity and entertainment gist. Always stay tuned to Honest Mike, for we'd never leave your side. Do have a beautiful week, and you know what? I love you so much. Bye, yeah.